Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I'm often asked what about Control Warrior, can it be played without Risky Skipper? Because Risky Skipper comes from the Galakrond's Awakening adventure and lots of people don't want to get that adventure right now, especially because it's rotating out in April. So can Control Warrior be done without that card? And in order to find out, I decided to go ahead and build a Control Warrior without that card. And it turns out that yes, that is indeed possible. I played this deck during my Legend climb in December, and I played with the 11 times multiplier, so these are our top 500 Legend games, and I had 90% win rate playing this deck, so it went even much better than anticipated. I chose as the win condition for this deck Cthulhu the Shattered. Start of game, break into pieces, deal 30 damage, randomly split among all enemies as a battle cry. That was really the only option for win condition for this sort of warrior deck, I think, because you want Risky Skipper if you go with ETC build. It helps you with faster card draw, it helps you with generating armor. You of course need that if you go for the Silas OTK, so Risky Skipper is needed part in helping the win condition of many Control Warrior decks, but not so much with the Cthulhu. With Cthulhu you can also play without the Skipper if you so choose. And then this deck came into being and I had a great time playing with this. There's also Zephyrus the Great included. I know it is not a Highlander deck. I don't think you can build a very good Highlander warrior deck right now. Bladestone Brawl, there's just some cards that are really good as 2-ofs in the deck at the moment, but warrior can always still use Zephyrus. Warrior doesn't mind that Zephyrus is a dead card for some of the time. It still comes later in the game and it's still good at that point. I chose to include only one Rush minion in the deck, and that Rush minion is Kargat Bladefist, and of course, well, that's sort of two Rush minions because then there's Kargat Prime. Nonetheless, I'm running 2 copies of Stage Dive, so 1 copy of Stage Dive can sometimes be a dead card, but these Stage Dives just mean that you get very consistent Kargat Bladefist and very consistent Kargat Prime, and that Kargat Prime removal plus that 10 armor is just incredible. And if you can Stage Dive the Kargat Prime, it will have 12 attack, which means that it can kill stuff like Deathwing, for example. So just a really good removal tool, armor gaining tool, and I have greatly enjoyed the consistency that I can get by this decision. I also want to be able to remove some weapons. It's good against demon hunters, it's good against warriors, it's good against those pesky evolve shamans. So Harrison Jones, because this deck doesn't have a lot of card draw, Harrison Jones can remove a weapon and give me some card draw, and then Sticky Finger stealing a weapon means that some kind of Horde Pillager place, for example, might not be able to regenerate the weapon that easily. So 2 weapon removal pieces, a little bit of teching against the meta. And a little bit more teching against the meta, Iron Big Owl, Silas Darkmoon. Against decks such as ETC Warrior, I can either silence their Rattlegore or I can steal the Rattlegore with Silas. I can steal the Rattlegore with a Warrior deck because I can actually take that 42 damage from the ETC combo at least sometimes. So stealing Rattlegore is still better than letting it punch my face a couple of times and then facing the combo. But in that matchup, of course, it's preferable to silence the Rattlegore and just get rid of it. Also good cards against stuff like Paladin, for example, being able to steal some buffed minions or remove some buffs from the board. Other than that, the deck is just Control Warrior business as usual. There's Brawls, there's Blade Storms, there's Coerces, a ton of removal. So you just remove all the threats that your opponent has, generate some armor, and off you go. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're looking for some relevant cards for the matchup. Minefield, Evil Quartermaster are typically pretty good keeps contesting the early board. I would keep Iron Big Owl in the Warrior Mirror because I would expect an ETC Warrior and I really want to get rid of this Rattlegore. And I would probably keep something like Brawl against the Shaman nowadays because they can just get a really big board really quickly and then you want to be able to get rid of that. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also support the content that I create by joining as a member here on YouTube or joining as a subscriber on Twitch where I live stream regularly. And now, let's go take a look at Control Warrior without Risky Skipper in action. You can try with a hand like this. Because that's not what you're supposed to do with this game. That's just not how any of this works.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay. Going to coin out a minion. start challenging that immediately. No, I think a armoring up is fine. Why not? I think I'm killing off the 1/1. It's a 2-mana minion. I don't want to see that one grow into something bigger. You want me to cosplay a Lepanome? I don't think I have the cosplay gear to do that. But I'll try to keep that in mind. It might add to the entertainment value of the stream, which is a little bit low at the moment. Time to stage dive, I believe. Is it? I can play the Quartermaster first. Then corrupts the stage dive. Then I use the stage dive which tutors the Kagat. I don't need to use the Jawbreaker yet. This can become a 2-drop. That's acceptable. Weapon can't even push through the Sword Eater right now. You don't want to revolve these. These are Battle Cry minions. Well, that is something else though. But you would have to sacrifice so many of them. A little bit of Blade Storming. I suppose a little bit of Blade Storming is in order. I can face tank that one. And I can even kill the totem now. Do it like this, 7 cards in hand, alright. Cool. Fantasy Warrior played anytime. Yeah, I'm just a little bored of playing with the skipper. I think you should be playing with the skipper, really.
We're gonna rip you apart. Yeah, let's bro.
Okay, fairly impressive board. But what happens? Oof, a 3/10 taunt. And a 4/6 that steals minions. And a Divine Shield minion. I suppose that's quite impressive. There aren't any spells that destroy minions though. And this one's going to be shuffled back into the deck. Then it can be played later on, turned into a 5-drop. Or just played and allowed to stay. I guess I'm fine with all of those options. A bit of sword and boarding. Let's sword and board one of those away. Hero power a bit here. That one goes back. Then there's 3-drop and a 5-drop. I am at 41, so I'm not feeling too much pressure yet. I have a brawl left. I still need something big enough so that the Kagat will die. So that is big enough for the Kagats to die. Can't quite minefield these. Unless I barrow minefield. That does work, of course. I know the other Knuckles is already in hand, so these will become bigger if I let them stay. I might be fine with that though. It's only like 8 damage. Potentially some additional card draw. 5-drop, 4-drop. Prevent the 7-drop. I think that's okay. Just do that. Tutor the Kagat back and armor up a little. So now I have a 12-11 with Rush. So I can kill something big if something really big is on the board. I have a Barrow. Barrow Minefield doesn't kill a really wide board though. But then I also have the Brawl. I have a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so there's that one, and then there is going to be the other weapon. So the 3 weapons are already available. So far, so good. Pretty small stuff still. 7 damage random split among all enemies. I can do Barrow into Eye of Cthulhu. It should, on average, kill all of these. I think that's acceptable.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
On average, this should kill all of those. Alright, we cleared that board. But I have seen hardly any of Shaman's real power plays. It's only a bunch of Knuckles so far. With some of the smaller minions. Hares and Mogus and that stuff is still coming. We'll see how it goes. Infiltrator Lillian with a randomly generated ancestral spirit. That's pretty sweet. And Wind Fury. Oh boy. That's really looking sweet. How about that? That was a good random Lillian. Impressive randomized results. Don't really want to minefield that. Maybe the body will be okay. I can do the body. And I can do a Draconic Lackey too. Go for an evasive one, maybe. That seems fine. And then I'll equip the Bulwark. So I can take some hits. So I know another Knuckles is in hand. Then there's a spell damage minion and... Alright, this is not bad yet. I mean, if they evolve, then they lose the Lillian. And Lillian is really good. So I wonder if they want to do that. That's a good one, though. That's probably worth using Knuckles. Good to get rid of the Lillian Death Rattle, but who knows what else is going to come. Okay. A bunch of this and that. I don't want my Kagat to be silenced. But how do I handle the next board? There's still hairs left. I hate it that Kagat will be silenced. 5 drop, 5 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop, 6 drop. Guess I have to let Kagat be silenced. Do I want to use the Shield Slam? No. I can always use the Shield Slam later. There's still some work involved in killing that Kagat Prime. But I still have a Brawl in hand. I haven't seen any of the Mogus. There's one more Knuckles after this, because it's double Knuckles, double Horde Pillager. So I've survived now. I have now survived 5 evolves out of the total of 8. This turn will be the 6th one way or another. But then there's 2 more after that. So making my resources last through that can be a challenge. Yeah, that's totally fine. Do you even want to sacrifice them? Guess I'm a little surprised. Okay. Ah, 2 Death Rattle minions. That's annoying. Well, let's see. I would want to get rid of some of those Death Rattle minions, if at all possible. But Shaman might not be evolving them anytime soon. 7-drop was a low roll. I want to kill that 7-drop. So there's 2 6-drops and a 2-drop. But Shaman is not... Shaman probably doesn't want to evolve. And they might even be unable to evolve, because there's only one... Okay, so they do want to evolve. Alright. So the final 2 rounds of evolve. There are 8 rounds of evolve available in this deck. In the first half of the Shaman deck, Shaman has found all 8 rounds of evolving available in the entire deck. But I'm going to have to brawl this board, and if Shaman can generate another big board after this, that might win. We're about to find out. Really? The biggest minion won? I'll have to coerce that. Now I can totally lose. Someone has 1 evolve round left. This will be the last evolve round. If Shaman has found some hairs, that's going to do a lot of work. And Mogus. I'm out of removal. I mean, Shaman found everything in the top half of the deck. Everything in the deck was found in the top half. These are the last evolves. Okay, that was a good top deck. No more evolves. All 8 rounds of evolves have been spent. All 8 rounds.
I hope you like my invention.
There might be a mutate in that deck, but there isn't always.
Water is life. Bask in my radiance.
That taunt minion though. But that is an active Zephyrus right there. I have had little with Zephyrus for a long time, right? Well, I guess we ended it. I didn't even think about it. So is this going to be like an ETC warrior? ETC warrior would be the expectation. Getting enough armor can be challenging for this deck because I don't run the risky skipper. Would be great if I did have the skipper there, but oh well. I have a decent advantage in fatigue. I have Silas in the deck that is capable of stealing Rattlegore. But if the opponent gets the Rattlegore going before I find Silas and they make copies of it, then that can be a problem. Now I found my silence though, so copying a silenced Rattlegore is not an issue. Not nearly in the same way. But we'll see, we'll see. What do I want to do here? That was the taunt. I gotta set this up as a taunt now. I think that's fine. I can just do it like this. This will enable better battle rages. I guess I don't mind too much. I have silence so I can prevent tons of Rattlegores. Even though I would prefer to have Silas. Just go more. I just need more armor so that I can survive any sort of ETC place if it turns out to be the ETC warrior. And I haven't seen Khotun, so I kind of have to think that it's ETC or it's like Silas OTK. It could be Silas OTK. Would that be a problem for me? I suppose it would be a bit of a problem. That was timely. I get to kill that one. And armor up while I do it. Alright, so far so good. At 37, The maximum damage, remember, is 42 from the ETC combo, plus any damage from equipped weapons, assuming it's ETC. So there's still some way to go, of course. I do have a couple of sword and boards here. I have been able to get some taunts on the board, so we'll see how it goes. Just some casual armor smithing. Okay. I don't mind that too much. Oh, that one's nice, right? It kills these in a single go. We'll give the warrior some armor though. What if I kill one of them with the sword and board? And the other with a weapon hit? That gives less armor because both of them don't trigger at the same time. I think this is okay. I'll just do this for now. We'll see how it goes. If it's Silas OTK, then... Well, both armor smiths are gone now, so... It shouldn't really be that bad, right? I still think it's ETC. And it's just pushing and pushing. Well... The sword and board there, hit over there a little bit, armor up a bit, body, and body is going to be killed with some tool. That should still be okay, right? I think it will still be fine, we'll see. Hi Rami, hi Exenstra, and Limskaya. Hi, thank you so much for the support. 4 months. Yeah, that's already a long time. So I expect something like a shield slam on. No. That was a bit of a surprise. So they might be preparing for a combo. Each point of health can deal 6 damage, right? No, it's not that easy. This should be okay. I'm at 40. At 40 seems fine. What is time? Yeah, time is something that I seem to never have enough of. Okay, it is the ETC. So we're just going to starve them, right? I believe we're just going to starve them from here. Would I sword and board that? I guess I would. Yeah. This deck should be easily starved from here. Meyer, with the sub. Hi Meyer, thank you so much for the support. Discovering dragons can be awkward for me. Ah, that's a nice one. So... I mean, they have the Rattlegore. Rattlegore is the other win condition. And I need to save the silence for the Rattlegore. If I don't have a Silas available for that turn. So I need to handle this by some other means. I could Deathwing those down. I suppose that's a viable option. I could Shield Slam into that first. I'm at 44. So 42 from the combo, plus 3 from the weapon. That's 45 is the maximum reach. I need to make sure I'm not vulnerable. 8 damage to the Deathwing. 8 damage to the Deathwing is preferable, so that I don't have too much health on the board to become vulnerable to the combo. This is preferable, so that there's no way to... Was there any way, even if Deathwing had 6 health? No, combo would still not have been possible. Not enough mana to make copies of Rattlegore here. That's the thing, really, isn't it? Because now I can simply silence this Riddle Gore. And that's game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.